Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And welcome to another beautiful but really hot day here in Saigon. I've got a little bit of a different vlog planned for us today. I want to address the really important question of, should you ditch your life in your country and move abroad? Let's sit down and have a little chat about this. These days, it seems like every second vlog in my feed is about escape life in your country and move abroad. And while I agree that life abroad can be absolutely fantastic, I kind of worry that people are being set up for failure by developing some unrealistic expectations. This vlog is not meant to dissuade anyone from life abroad, but it's instead meant to help you make the right choice for yourself. And hang around till the end, because I'll tell you more about some of the things that I personally have struggled with during my 25 years of living abroad. If you've clicked on this video, you must already have your reasons for thinking about moving abroad. You may be looking for a job, an education, a partner, an adventure, or even a lower cost of living. This can lead you to a list of possible places, and then you really need to carefully consider the logistics of moving to each place. First of all, visas. Does the country you're looking into offer you the type of visa you need? Let me give you an example. I see a lot of vlogs these days touting Vietnam as a great place to retire. I live here and I can definitely see the appeal, but there isn't a retirement visa. Sure, you can do the visa runs every 3 months, but are you happy to do that long term? And although there have been no limits on the number of border runs up till now, that could change in the future. Are you comfortable with the uncertainty? If not, you may want to look into a country like Thailand or Costa Rica or Cambodia that has an official retirement visa. If you're looking to work, what do you need to get the work visa? A lot of countries are really strict regarding what job foreigners can do and qualifications and experience that they need. Sometimes, like here in Vietnam, a health check is also required, which means you could face some unwelcome stress if an underlying illness is found. And even if it all works out in the end, it can be a tough situation when you're in a foreign country. It's also possible to work illegally, and plenty of people do that, but make sure you understand the consequences if you get caught. Business visas also differ from country to country, and sometimes you need a local partner to open a business, and you almost always need a certain level of investment. If this is the route you choose, make sure you have the connections and capital to make it work. And the sad thing about visas is the rules can change really quickly. So even if you've done your research, you need to be okay with a certain degree of vulnerability. If you aren't, you need to look into countries that have permanent residency or citizenship pathways. Next, you need to think about money and banking. Opening a bank account can be a complex process in many countries, and it may depend heavily on the type of visa that you have. So first of all, can you even open a local bank account? And if you can't, what is the easiest or the most cost-effective way to access your money? And if you're a retiree, can you still get your pension in the country you plan to move to? Also, what's the tax situation? All of these things need to be seriously considered so you know what you're in for and you don't get any nasty surprises. And once again, rules change, so you need to be able to adapt. Speaking of money, a lot of YouTube videos focus on living as cheaply as possible, but does that really suit you? Maybe it does, but many of us start craving some home comforts. Imported goods can really push up the budget, and if you aren't eating at local restaurants, that can be pricey as well. Same goes if you want private clinics and hospitals. Healthcare may well be lower than where you come from, but bills can still add up if you haven't planned properly. And if you have kids, the cost of international schools is really high. So make sure you know the options before making a decision. And if you like this kind of content, please tell us in the comments, like and subscribe. It helps our little channel so very much. What I love about countries like Vietnam is there is a lifestyle for every budget. Just be sure that you know your situation and you are realistic about the costs. Finally, I think the chances of your success when moving abroad really come down to knowing yourself. It doesn't matter where you choose to go, it's not going to be like where you came from. Everywhere is exciting, but you need to think carefully about what you value. Is it safety, stability, earning power, or ease of daily life? Will you be able to deal with the differences in the treatment of animals, things like levels of pollution, and freedom of expression? Choose the country you move to with all of this in mind, and be aware that any move abroad entails a lot of bureaucracy and, most of all, patience. Also, try not to rely too heavily on someone else's experience because everyone's situation is different, including mine. I moved abroad in 1999, and I've spent almost the entire time since then outside of my country of birth. I immigrated to New Zealand, and I've also been an expat in 5 countries over that period. I'm super satisfied with the life that I've made. I mean, it's let me travel extensively, I've learned a couple of languages, and I've also met some amazing and like-minded people. My time abroad, it's made me resourceful and confident, and I don't regret my decision at all. Having said that, there are some aspects that I have found really tough. In recent years, banking has become a real headache. And in both Turkey and Vietnam, it was a struggle to open a bank account, even with the appropriate paperwork. Both places required a lot of running around, getting paperwork stamped, and even once I got my account here in Vietnam opened, they froze it without any warning when they decided they wanted another document. And let's not forget all the paperwork for visas, which has also caused me plenty of stress over the years. You often need to have degrees legalized, which is hard when you aren't in the country you earned them in. Police checks, those can take a while to come through. And health checks, those may only be accepted from certain medical centers. Here in Vietnam, each work and residency permit only lasts for 2 years, and the requirements change often. That can lead to delays when it comes time to renew it. That's what happened to me last time, and even though my next renewal is about 9 months away, I'm already dreading it. Finally, and perhaps most personally, I've missed out on a lot of important family occasions over the years. I can't run home for every wedding, funeral, or significant birthday, and as my family, and especially my mom, gets older, it's actually getting harder. Okay, I think I've said enough, and I hope your plans come to fruition. If you have any questions you think I could answer, just pop them in the comments. Perhaps we could use them for a Q&A or maybe even another vlog. But bear in mind, my situation may be very different from yours. So, should you ditch your life in your home country to move abroad? If it's a temporary move, for sure, why not? But if it's long term, there is so much more to consider. Overall, living abroad can be a fulfilling and life-changing experience, but you need to go into it with a plan and realistic expectations. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next one. We're Girls on the Loose.